Hey, bonjour, ça va? Hola, it's me, the Lost Canuck, coming at you live from Hudson, Wisconsin. So, on today's video, we're going to be doing an open and honest review of the MeatStick 5. Right here, another wireless temperature probe. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm going to give you my initial thoughts, a real quick first test cook, and then kind of what I think. So let's roll that intro. All right, well, like I said, my friends at MeatStick sent me this MeatStick 5, or V if you don't know Roman numerals. And so we won't be doing any cooking right now, so I'll take the cooking hat off. And in exchange for the wireless probe, they said just give us your opinion. So that's what I'm going to do. No script, I'm not sponsored, I'm not being paid, nothing like that. So let's see what's inside here. All right, so I did take the tape off the sides. All right, so if you can see the box, it says engineered for flames. Now, a couple reasons why I'm agreeing to do this is slightly different than your regular everyday average temperature probes. Okay, so this thing on the ambient portion says it's good for 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 200 degrees more than my other best probe system I got. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Okay, so like I said, it's 200 degrees hotter on the probe side. Oops. See what's in this box. So it looks like you get the probe itself, this base, which isn't unlike other base systems that are out there, charging a charger as well, acts as a base and a charger. This is pretty. It's a thicker probe, and then then the USB charging cable. All right, and probably some handy dandy instructions on how to use it. Oh yeah, now it's telling you to download the MeatStick app, which I have to do. So let's just take a look at the overall outside diameters and everything. So there's a tag on it, and what the tag says, okay. So what the tag says is insert past the minimum insertion line. Now on some of my other probes, I always tell you how far in it'll insert. So this one looks like it's about 2.5 inches. There's the minimum insertion line. It's that little black scribe on the shaft. And then like this part here is good for 1200. This part below the minimum insertion line is usually only good to about 212 degrees. You don't want to go, because it'll be in your food, and if you're boiling over your food, well, it doesn't make any sense to use this anyways. All right, so there's that. Here's some things I got off their website, and I'll throw a picture of their web page in for a split screen so you can see. I think it's $130 right now. And look, if I like this thing by the end of the video, I'll leave you a link for it down below. All right, so yes, it says it's, and I'm reading here, not from a script, I'm just reading from what's on their website. I printed it out. So this part of the probe is your ambient part. Now, again, because of, and I'm a mechanical engineer, so I did a lot of thermodynamics way back when. Because of the boundary layer conditions when the meat is cooking, you want to keep your ambient, and hopefully the ambient probes, as far away from the minimum insertion line as possible. So that's one thing to keep in mind. All right, so it's telling me there are 6 sensors in this probe. 5 up the shaft up till the minimum insertion point, and then 1 in the ambient section. Okay, so what does that mean, Lost Canuck? Why do I care? Well, you should care, because on some of your other probe systems, there's sometimes only 1 or maybe 2 probes. So depending on where they put it in the shaft and you put it in, you don't know exactly where it is. That's one of my pet peeves with one of my other probes, but we'll talk about that on another time. So what it does is it cooks between the minimum insertion point and the tip to the lowest temperature that it senses. So oddly, if you have a low temperature in the middle and it's hotter in the middle and it's hot, it'll cook to your lowest one. But we'll get to that later when we look at the app. So this is the probe. Okay. Nice thing about it is this base acts as a Wi-Fi relay plus your Bluetooth connection. So when your probe is inside your cooker, and look, I'll be testing this on the thickest one I have is 3/16 on my Lone Star. So if this works through that steel, should be okay. So look, it's got so this is the Wi-Fi base and charging station. And so what this means is, hey, this probe is going to go through your steel of your cooker and talk to this, okay? Now, this is either going to, and I'll connect it to my Wi-Fi. You have to have 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi for this thing to work, I think. What's it say? Well, it doesn't tell me, but I'm guessing it does. Most of them do. So you hook this up to your Wi-Fi, and then you can monitor your temperatures from anywhere, right? You can go to the grocery store, do whatever. Or if you don't have Wi-Fi out where you're cooking, this can act as a Bluetooth relay, and the Bluetooth signal, I haven't tested this yet, supposedly goes 900 feet from wherever this base station is. So we'll take a look at that too. All right. Oh, and because I'm an engineering geek, they say it's IP rated, which is ingress protection, up to 9K. That's the water part of it. So it can withstand hot, super high pressure jets of water, no problem. So it should be dishwasher safe. Now, they didn't rate it on dust protection, which is the X part, or the first digit. But I'm assuming it's dust proof. If you can throw this into your washing machine or sous vide or deep fryer or whatever, it should be fine. What else? Oh, now, I'm not going to stay up for 50 hours to check, but they're telling me this is the battery in here is supposed to last 50 hours. Why you would ever cook something for 50 hours? Maybe if you're doing a super insane long hold, it might come in handy, but there should be plenty of battery life in here. And then they're telling me that this thing has a magnetic base. So we're going to go try this out on a little cook tonight, see how it works, see if this thing's accurate. And I'll be checking it with my ThermoWorks ThermaPen 1 just to see if there's much difference and if this thing's real or not. So let's get this thing charged up. I'm going to download the app onto the phone, which I'm using to record, so you can't see that. And then I'll get it all set up. So I'll see you out at the pit when it's time to test this. Lost Canuck out. Okay, well, it's the Lost Canuck here, and we've got the MeatStick, and it's all charged up. I had it on the charger for a while. And we're going to try and set this app up. Okay, so it's telling me, welcome to the MeatStick app, and I'm recording my screen, so if you can't see this on here, well, you'll be able to see it. Sign up. I'm going to sign up by email, enter my name, it's thinking pick my series. Well, I've got the MeatStick 5. Confirm your product series. Yep, understood. Okay, so required to receive, you want the notifications probably on. You want that. Required for the app to share information and communicate with the Wi-Fi bridge. Yep, you want the local network on. Allow MeatStick to find devices on local networks. Allow placing your stick. Place your stick into the base. Please do the following. Insert the pointy end of the stick into the gap next to the LED. Insert the pointy end of your stick into here next to the LED. Okay. And then put it in like that. Okay. Got a little green light there. And the app is saying, okay, next. Smart base. The base always acts as a Bluetooth extender. Okay. Place the base as close to the stick as possible. Within a meter or 3 feet. Well, sometimes that's not always possible. It's talking about the ambient temperature sensor, the minimum insertion. I've read and understood that. Oh, it's telling you to clean off the head of the meat stick. Yeah. Allow the meat stick to find Bluetooth devices. I guess so. I'm going to set up my Wi-Fi base. Press the base's button twice. Is there a button? Yeah, there is a button. And hold for 5 seconds and release. So maybe I did some. Maybe the probe's not supposed to be in the base. So let's try this again. Okay, now I must have done it wrong the first time, so now it's connecting to this base here. Okay, connect to Wi-Fi. So I want to use the network that's out in my barbecue barn. So I'm going to choose this one. And, well, you can't see what the password is, so I'm going to move this up here. Setup complete. LED status. Blue base is connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, white Bluetooth extenders on, and red the base battery is low. Okay, finish. That's it. Welcome. Before we start cooking, let's learn the basics. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to bore you guys with the basics. Okay, well, that's it. We're done. We're hooked up. And well, it's telling me it's 91 degrees, which is it's sunny in here, so it might be. But I'm going to put this into the charger and charge it up. So it's telling me my stick is turned off. So I'm set up and ready to cook. So next time you see me, I'll be cooking with this thing. Hey, well, we're back at the pit, and we got the salmon all prepped up over here. I don't know if you can see that, but I've got the salt, lemon, pepper, and garlic on these ones, on these three. And then I've got the maple syrup rub on these three. So we're going to see what they taste like. One should be sweet, one should be savory. I got the pit set up at 275, and so it should take about an hour. And now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to try this new MeatStick 5 temperature probe out. So give it a shot, see how it works. We'll put it in one of these fat ones here to probably this way. Yeah, that's about the fattest there. That's about the fattest there. You want to cook these to about 145, which is a medium. All right, so we got that pushed in. All right, so I'm going to use my ThermoWorks ThermoPro temperature checker, and we'll check the cook throughout because I don't know anything about this meat stick. See if it's any good. Should take about an hour. So I'll see you back at the pit in about an hour. All right, so you saw me put the meat stick into the salmon. So now let's get the app going here. You can see me opening the app. I'm going to set the cook up. Now you can see the internal temperature of the salmon is climbing. It's already 47. And it's telling me the ambient's 160. Any problems? No? Okay. So let's set the cook up. And we're going to go with smoke, seafood. And this is salmon fillet. And we're going to say, I'm going to target the internal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to target it to 130 for now. And I set the ambient at 275. Okay, so I'm going to target the internal temperature for 130 because I want to glaze it and then bring it up to 145. So next, scanning, it's creating my cook. All right, start cooking. Okay, I got my phone in silent mode, so I better... It is starting to cook, and actually I kind of like the interface. It's showing you the graph of all the internal temperature probes and where we're at. And well, we'll get back to you here in a minute. Hey, well, it's me, the Lost Canuck. Our salmon's been on about an hour and 15 minutes after it's been put on and glazed. Yeah, hour and 15 minutes. So the MeatStick saying it's 143, 44. And that's about what time I'm going to pull it because it'll carry over up to 145. Let's just check it out. Oh, yeah. So it's 142. That's hot. It's one. The MeatStick did its job. That's this thing here. Just going to pull that out of this fillet. Worked well. Now, not done with the test. I'm going to try it again tomorrow night. I was a little unfamiliar with the app, so I was making some mistakes, but now that I know what I'm doing, it'll be a better test tomorrow. But so far, it's doing what it's advertised to do. And just for fun, when I get the meat in, I'm going to do one last little test on the MeatStick before I finish my initial review on this. So far, it's been working great. Pretty happy with this MeatStick 5. So we're going to leave that there. All right, so what you're seeing here is the MeatStick 5. It just gave me my early warning that the steak's almost done. So it gives you a little warning and it shows you the temperature. Okay, now the MeatStick's telling me my steak is done. And to pull it off, because my target temperature is reached, well, I'm going to reverse sear it now. So that's the temp I wanted. And then the graphing on this thing is awesome. Shows you every sensor location, ambient, everything. I really like this probe. The app's very user-friendly. Hey, well, it's the Lost Canuck back again. We're up in the barbecue lab. And we're going to finish off our initial review and thoughts on the, hi Otis, on the MeatStick 5 temperature probe. And, well, I don't need my cooking hat on for that, so let's take that off. So, you know, final thoughts and conclusions. This thing works as advertised. Nothing wrong with the MeatStick 5. I have no connectivity problems with it. The base unit connects to the Wi-Fi, no problem. I could connect with Bluetooth, no problem. The nice thing about this thing, it's the highest temperature probe out there. The end of it will handle up to 1200 degrees. So when it says engineered for flames, it really is. And that probably has something to do with its dual core construction, how it's built. Now, the insertion point isn't any shallower or anything on this probe. Couple things that I don't like, and this is for all temperature probes in general, not just the MeatStick. But look, there's 6 sensors in here, and that's great. 5 are in the shaft, and that's awesome. Okay, that's the part, not the part I don't like. But the last sensor here at the end, the ambient probe, you know, don't put a lot of faith into it, okay, on this or any, if you've got a different kind of probe, any of them. Going back to the thermodynamics portion of it, I'm a mechanical engineer, so that's kind of the stuff I do. There's a boundary layer, okay, around the meat you're cooking, especially early in the process where there's evaporative cooling. So this thing, it'll tell you what the temp ambient is right where it's at, but it's not going to be the rest of your grill, okay, not the air that's coming at it. That's all I'll say about that. So, look, this thing gets much more accurate later in the cook because it equilibrates, like after the evaporative cooling is done, it'll equilibrate and it gets to the temperature of your actual air temperature of the grill. So, look, nothing wrong with this probe. Great probe. Love the software. Love the interface for it. I tell you what, most guys fail there. MeatStick has really figured it out. You got all your information in one spot. It's super simple to use. Anybody can use this thing, and it goes through thick metal. I tried this on my Lone Star, which is a 3/16 inch cook chamber. No problem. This was communicating to the base unit easily. Okay, any of my cookers, I tried this. It worked. So, initial impressions. Lost Canuck approved. There's nothing wrong. It's a great little probe. I'm going to keep this thing. Some of my other ones I don't use at all anymore because connectivity problems, temperature accuracy, bunch of stuff. Okay, but this guy, this is actually pretty accurate. I checked it with my ThermoPen 1, which is like super accurate. We use that in the meat industry. But this little MeatStick, good stuff. Okay, there, I've said all I'm going to say about that. I've bored you to death. Hey, check out my Instagram page. I'm going to put the QR code for it up here. I'm up to about 480 followers. Thank you very much, guys, for following me. Appreciate that. I do post different content on there occasionally, so check out my Instagram page and hit the follow. If you liked any of the stuff that I used in the video, like this MeatStick, I'll put links down below where you click on it, check it out if you like it. I think this thing, they're having a giant sale on this thing, I think, for Prime Day coming up. So check out the MeatStick link that I put down there. There was a pretty substantial discount. Now look, depending on when you watch this, if it's in October, there's some really good discounts for Prime Day. If it's later on, I don't know what they are. But normally for the one probe system that's Wi-Fi and everything, it's like for the 5, the most advanced one, that's the one I got. It's $129, but there's like I said, a big, I think it was 35, maybe 40. Don't quote me on this, MeatStick, sorry, but it was pretty inexpensive. I'll do a split screen and show the screen on it. Put the links down below. And if you liked anything else that I used at any of the testing that I've done, check out my Lost Canuck store below. It helps support the channel. For all you new watchers out there that are checking out this video, don't forget to hit that like, please subscribe, and hit the notify me bell. Let you know when there's new content out. And I've got lots of content. I've got 5 different kinds of clippers now. I've got 3 pellet grills, 2 charcoal grills, plus lots of gear. Okay, so there's always something happening on the channel. And then for all you returning subscribers, thanks for coming back. Means a lot. You guys are the core. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and much appreciated. So we've come to the end. Like I say, I like this thing. It's good. I'm not saying that because they wanted me to do a review on it or anything. I'm just saying that because it's decent. All right. Final words from Lost Canuck. I always say this. Don't forget, be kind to each other. It's super important nowadays. It really matters. Mental health is very important. It's getting tough out there. All right, so take care. Love you guys. Bye-bye.